If you can, please download the PDF file on the description below so you can work with me. First one. Now to solve this, we first take out the common factor first. Now, for number, the common factor is 5, right? 10 and 5, so the common factor is 5. So I take the 5 out first. And then for letter x, so we have x squared and x here. The common factor is x, so I take the x out and I bracket it. So now 10 divided by 5 is 2. So I write the 2 out. So x squared divided by x is x. And I add 15 divided by 5 is 3. So x divided by x cancel out. So that's the answer for that. Now, so we know that 5x is equal to 0 or 2x plus 3 equals 0. So 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. So we divide by 5 for both sides. So therefore, x is equal to 0. Now this one here, we move the 3 on this side. So that means 2x is equal to negative 3. So x must be equal to negative 3 divided by 2. So negative 1.5. Otherwise, just use your calculator. So now, therefore, x is equal to 0 or x is negative 1.5. Now, if you need practice on factorizing, I have put a link on the description below so you can master in this area, okay? Second one, 2p squared minus 6p is equal to 0. So for number, so 2 and 6, so the common factor is 2. And for p squared and p, so the common factor is p. So bracket. Now, 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. And then p squared divided by p is p. And then minus 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then p divided by p we cancel out. So that's equal to 0. So now we know that 2p is equal to 0 or p minus 3 is equal to 0. Then I divide by 2 both sides for this. So p is equal to 0 still. And I move on this side. So p is equal to 3. So I write therefore p is equal to 0 or p is equal to 3. Next one. X squared is equal to negative 4x. So what I do, I of course need to move this on this side first. Now if you divide by x here before you moving, so what it does is you cancel this. So this cancels, so x is negative 4. So if you do this way, it's wrong because you miss out one solution. So therefore you cannot do that, okay? Yeah, anything to do with quadratic equations, you make everything equal 0 first. So what we do now, we move this on the side. So that means x squared plus 4x is equal to 0. So now the common factor for this is x. So I take the x out. So x squared divided by x is x. 4x divided by x is 4. So we could equal to 0. So this means that x is equal to 0 or x plus 4 is equal to 0. So therefore, I write here x equals 0 or I move this on that side, becomes negative 4. So therefore x equals negative 4 here. So the answer is x is equal to 0 or x is equal to negative 4. 5x squared is equal to 10x. So of course, I need to move the 10x on the left hand side first. So that means positive 10. So positive 10x, I move on that side, become negative 10x. So this is 5x squared minus 10x is equal to 0. Now for numbers, I take the 5 out because 5 is a common factor. And x squared and x, so which is x is a common factor as well. So I take that off. So 5x squared divided by 5x, so which is x. And then minus 10x divided by 5x, so that minus 2. And that equal to 0. So this means that 5x is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So therefore, x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 2. Now, please stop the video and try this one yourself. First one. So the common factor for number is 10. So we take the 10 out. And then for letter, this is x squared and x. So the common factor is x. So I take the x out. So bracket. Now 10x squared divided by 10x. So I write here. So 10x squared divided by 10x. The 10 cancel out. X squared divided by x is leave with x. So this is x here. Minus 10x divided by 10x is 1. So negative 1 is equal to 0. So therefore, 10x is equal to 0 or x minus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore, x is equal to 0 or x is equal to, I move this on the side, become positive, so which is 1. That's the answer. Second one, 2x squared plus 6x is equal to 0. So 2 and 6, the common factor is 2. That's correct. So which is 2. And then for x squared and x, so the common factor is x. So this is what I get. So this means 2x squared divided by 2x. That 2 cancel out. X squared divided by x is x. So the answer is x. Then we add now 6x over 2x. So that cancel out. 6 over 2 is 3. So 3 over 1 is 3. Which is equal to 0. So therefore, okay, 2x equals 0. 2x is equal to 0. Or x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now 2x I divide by 2 both sides, still give me 0. So I clear this therefore first. We should write at the end. So therefore x is equal to 0. I move this side. Or x is equal to negative 3. So therefore x is equal to 0 or x is equal to negative 3. Next one. So what have we got there? So we have 21x squared minus 7x. So 21 and 7, the common factor is 7. So I take 7 out. And then x squared and x, so we take the x out. So 21x squared over 7x. So 21 divided by 7 is 3. X squared divided by x is x. So leave with 3x. So I write 3x down. Minus 7x divided by 7x is negative 1. So that equals 0. So 7x is equal to 0 or 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore, x is equal to 0 or, now, 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. I move this on that side. So that means 3x is equal to 1. Then I dividing by 3, divide this by 3, that cancel out. So therefore, x is equal to a third. So x is equal to a third. So the answer, therefore, x equals 0 or x is equal to a third. Next one. 12x squared is equal to 8x. So what I do, I move this on the left first. So positive 8x move over, become negative 8x. So I have 12x squared minus 8x is equal to 0. So what I do now, I take the common factor out. So 12 and 8, the common factor is 4. That's correct. So I take the 4 out. And then x squared and x, so I take the x out. So that it give me, now remember, 12x squared over 4x. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. X squared divided by x is x. So the answer is 3x. And then 8x over 4x. So this x cancel out. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So that's minus 2, which equal to 0. So therefore, we have 4x is equal to 0. 4x is equal to 0, or 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. So to solve this, I move the 3. So therefore, x is equal to 0. And I move this on the side. 3x is equal to 2. So x must be equal to 2 over 3. So therefore, x is equal to 0, or x is equal to 2/3. That's the answer. Now, because I'm running out of space, so I'll just clear this. I'll write the answer on top. Okay? So the answer is right here. Therefore, x is equal to 0, or x is equal to 2 over 3. Next one. 72x squared is equal to negative 6x. So I need to move the minus 6x on the left first. So become positive. So this become 72x squared plus 6x is equal to 0. So I take the 6 out because 72 and 6. So 6 is a common factor. And x squared and x, so is x. So I take that out. Now 72 divided by 6 is 12. So we write 12 down. And then x squared divided by x is x. So that becomes 12x. So 6x divided by 6x is 1. There you go. So therefore, 6x equal to 0. That means x is equal to 0. Or, okay, 12x plus 1 equals 0. That means 12x is equal to negative 1. I just skip a step, okay, because I've run out of space. So that means x is negative 1, 12. So therefore, I just write here, therefore, x is equal to 0, or x equal negative 1 over 12. Last one. So negative 8x squared is equal to 10x. So that this means that, okay, I can either move negative 8x squared on the right, or I can move 10x, move to the left. Doesn't really matter. So let's move 10x to the left, okay? So let's say negative 8x squared minus 10x is equal to 0. Now, this is a negative factor, or I can times everything by negative. So this becomes 8x squared plus 10x is equal to 0. Or you can take the negative factor out. It doesn't really matter, okay? There are many ways to do it. So 8 and 10, the common factor is 2. So I take the 2 out. And x squared with x, so x is a common factor as well. So that bracket, so 8x squared are right here. 8x squared over 2x. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. X squared divided by x is x. So that means 4x. And then 10x divided by 2x. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. X divided by x is cancelled out. So the answer is 5, which is equal to 0. So therefore, 2x equals 0 divided by 2 still give me 0. So x equals 0. Or x is equal to, now 4x plus 5 is equal to 0. So I move the 5 on that side. So that means 4x is equal to negative 5. Then I divide this by 4. I divide this by 4. That cancel out. So which is x equal to negative 5 over 4 is negative 1 and a quarter. Otherwise, just use your calculator. So negative 1 and a quarter. Thank you so much for watching my video.